We've got 99 problems, so let's talk about one today. Remember when Charlie Kirk said this?
Show me a single child in America going hungry. Doesn't exist. Number two, we have churches, we have food shelters, we have billions, and it does not exist.
Well, this was kind of put to the test with some Christian churches, and let's just say they failed woefully. So I'll put the lady's link in the bio so that you can see. But there's this lady that was doing a TikTok challenge, where not a TikTok challenge, she was doing a TikTok social experiment where she will call a church with the background of a baby crying in the background, and she will tell them, "Oh, I've run out of food for my baby. I need 1 can of baby formula to feed my baby." And then she was just recording the responses of the churches. Out of about 40 churches she called, just 9 said yes. And when I say churches, I am saying places of worship, because out of those 9, there was a mosque that said yes. There was a Buddhist temple that said yes. So basically just 7 churches. And out of the 7, a lot of them were prehistorically black churches or small Catholic churches. None of the mega churches said yes. None. Including Charlie Kirk's church. And that just makes me laugh, because every time we say, "Oh, we're trying to spread the gospel," all that, and you see things like this, it just makes you wonder if these people are truly Christ-like. I always laugh when people like in America, Christians in America, say that, "Oh, we're being persecuted for our faith." No, you don't know what real persecution of faith means. You're not being persecuted for your faith in America. You're being persecuted because all people see when they look at you is a hypocrite. That's what you're being quote unquote persecuted for. Your church will say, "Oh, it's more blessed to give than to receive," which is fine. But then when it's time for your church to give unto a woman who has a hungry child, they will say no. Your pastors are living lavish in $1 million homes. You have erected $1 million auditoriums for your worship to feel like you are raising holy hands, and the music is nice and the ambience is cool, but your outreach is lacking. There's a portion in the Bible that says that if you have material possessions and you see a brother in need and you don't have pity on them, then the love of Christ is not in you. I don't know if I'm phrasing that correctly. That our faith should be shown by action, not just by words. This is a practical sign that we are losing it. And it's a call to action for every single one of you who claims is a Christian, that the world is looking to you to set an example. You're not setting an example like this. There was one person that said that, "Oh, our benevolence is only for church members." Oh, interesting. So you can only do good for people who are in your church. But if they are not in your church, they can be a first-time visitor. They can give offering, no. But when it's time to help somebody that is not in your church, then your benevolence is that statement is even stupid, because there's a part of the Bible that says that, "Oh, those who are well do not need a doctor, that Christ has come for the sick." Like, forgetting the way I'm phrasing in my head is difficult. So why is your quote unquote help for the people who are already in the fold? Why is your help not to expand the kingdom by reaching out to a woman that needs help? What is wrong with you people? What is actually wrong with you people? I don't understand the logic behind behaving like this. Well, I get the logic behind behaving like this, because the truth about it is most of you actually don't care. All you want to do is oppress people with your beliefs, but you don't want to act any of those spiritual beliefs in real life. You want to condemn people for sexual immorality, you want to do all that, but yet you protect pastors in your church who assault children. How does the world look at you and not see a hypocrite? You tell me, you have an honest conversation with me and you that are having this talk right now, have an honest conversation with me and tell me how the world does not see a hypocrite in you. You want, in Christ there is freedom, but you want your Christianity to be a bondage on other people. How does that make sense? This social, there was somebody that I saw their tweet that said that that the woman that was doing the challenge actually called her church in her state, and then and people on Twitter who attend the same church are saying that this is spiritual warfare. Duh. Of course, it's spiritual warfare when your church failed so woefully. If your church had succeeded, there was another lady who called her back because she had said yes. Called her back and was just talking to her about the outpouring of love that people have just been calling her church from outside, even outside the country, saying, thank you for being Christ-like. Thank you for helping that. Thank you for choosing to help that woman. The one that baffled me the most in everything was when she called the mosque. And it was a man that answered the phone. And he just had 2 questions for her. Where do you live and where can I drop it? And no, where do you live and what type of baby formula do you want? 2 questions. And you wonder why, quote unquote, Islam is rising so fast. If that is something that Muslims are going to send to people and be like, yes, see, this is what our religion does. You that is doing all the Islamophobic things, like, oh my God, Islam is about to take over the world. Oh my God. You could not give a woman that needed baby formula. And the most mind-boggling part about this conversation was the fact that she did not even ask for money. She just said, I want 1 can of baby formula. That's all she asked for. She didn't say, oh, I'm so hungry, I need $100. The can of baby formula cannot be more than $20. And all these people were like, oh no, have you called this place? Have you called this place? Have you called the food bank? Well, we cannot help you. Well, the money has been allocated for some other things. Well, excuses. All those excuses you are going to tell Jesus on Judgment Day when he says, when I was hungry, you did not feed me. You are going to do that. This is just a wake-up call. You can say that, oh, well, my church cannot help everybody, but you can collect all the offerings though. Well, should we now start helping every single person that won't people try and take advantage of the system? Fine, let them take advantage of the system. But you will know in your heart that you have obeyed the calling of Christ. How can you claim to be Christian when none of you are acting Christ-like? You people are boggling my mind. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I don't think if Jesus comes back today, he will see a church he's proud of. He will see people who have turned his message into idolatry, who now worship their pastors, who now bother more about the auditorium that they worship in rather than actually winning souls for Christ. That is what I see. Let me know if you see anything different in the comment section below. Thank you for listening to my rant. See you on the next video.